Monocle, as it is prone to do, has teamed up with a leading brand. In this case, I actually am familiar with it. Leuchtturm 1917. Bought two of them. You can see size comparison. These are notebooks made by Leuchtturm 1917. Monocle has put a little extra touch on them. These exact colors, styles, are something that you'd have to buy the Monocle version. You can't get this exact item from Leuchtturm 1917. I ordered this from the LA shop. Just called them up. Don't know if this dent here happened on the way. When I got it, it was actually packaged very well. I didn't even see that when I first looked at it. This is a hardcover, so that dent's not going anywhere. So even this corner. So this one looks like it got abused in shipping. These, along with something else I ordered, were bubble wrapped and in a padded envelope. And they were all tightly packed together. Notice this one is just fine. I put this little paper band on it. Of course, Monocle symbol, that's not on most of these notebooks. If you order them from the actual manufacturer. It's like a linen cover. This is the B5, 181 pages. So here's the deal with this one. You can buy from Leuchtturm 1917, 121 pages, soft cover. Monocle puts its own spin on it, and suddenly you can get this size, the B5, I think that's 7 by 10 inches, with the 181 pages, which is the same number of pages as this one. Frankly, I expect that Leuchtturm 1917 will be coming out with a notebook in the next year or two, probably like this. A softcover one for 121 pages on their website, I believe about $24 US. This notebook, I believe, was priced around $33. However, if you're a Monocle subscriber, they take 10% off, so a little less. Again, if you like the size with the hardcover and that number of pages, it's an odd turn when you have to buy it from a third party to get that size of a notebook that they don't carry that. They tell you they're premium because, hey, on everything they got to say they're a premium media brand, blah, blah, blah. You get a collection of those things once you've bought enough Monocle stuff. If you're not familiar with Monocle, they are all about high quality paper. They like to talk a lot about high quality paper, which what took them so long to team up with something like this, because Leuchtturm 1917 has been putting out great notebooks for quite a while. This 80 GSM paper, it's like an off-white color. Oh man, they really messed this up. I thought that was just the outside, but it goes through the whole notebook. That's disappointing. This thing got hit really hard. Yeah, that did not happen while it was being shipped to me, so shame on the LA shop for sending me something. I mean, you can feel the dent all the way through. This thing took a beating. The notebook still feels secure, sturdy. Dot grid is my preference. This is something Leuchtturm does, is put in blank content pages, and then, that's funny, they made the last 6 pages, which they didn't number for some reason, 20 ideas for living a quieter, more considered life. Yes, Monocle can be a little preachy. I guess that's because the last few pages are not numbered. That would make sense. Because that's one of the things I do like about Leuchtturm 1917 is they number the pages, so there they are. The last 2 pages through 181. Then they give you 20 ideas for living a quieter, more considered life. Look around today and you'd be forgiven. Maybe not. If you're on social media, you know that nobody forgives anymore. Maybe for the sake of Monocle, I just won't read them all and review them. Plus, either you care about that or you don't. Oh, that's interesting. Usually, Leuchtturm includes some sort of a sticker label with their notebooks. I'm not seeing that here. Apparently that's not included. Sticker labels, they stick on here and the side, and frankly, I think they're useless because they don't stick to the book. They don't stay there. And probably on a linen cover, they probably especially don't work. I've had generally good luck with these straps not breaking, although on my 2020 notebook, this did pop out. I was able to fix it with some simple craft glue. The only other thing is they always put these ribbons in here. And it's brand new. They're all carefully folded over. And there's 2 of them. And they are color matched to the cover, except one of them's a solid color and the other one's the striped with the gray. Otherwise, it's a notebook. I really like Leuchtturm 1917. I like their format. I'm happy with the 80 GSM paper. If you know Leuchtturm 1917, you already know what this notebook is. It's just got the Monocle stamp on it. Where I was, what I was doing, I decided this was worth buying for me. At some point I'll use it. Disappointed that Monocle is sending out notebooks that have been abused, especially at this price point of close to $30. But otherwise, the notebook seems to, I mean, it will work. I mean, come on, it's paper. The hardback cover bind, I mean, even though it clearly took a beating, I got this size because I am considering getting my 2021 monthly planner with notebook in this size, because currently that notebook I have is this size. And I just want to check and see, do I want to try this, especially in the COVID era where people are staying home more. I don't take my notebooks anywhere. Stay at home with me. Work from home at all. This notebook size, what I love about it is this B6 Plus. So this one doesn't look like it has any sort of abuse or malfunction in the manufacturing. And since we just walked through the other notebook, this one will probably be superfluous. It's got the same thing, just smaller print. It's got all the same kind of stuff in it, on it, around it. Most people don't buy two of these, I assume, at the same time, so you can read that self-promotion that Monocle is so good at. Oh yeah, this is like a little ad. Oh, I missed this on the other. They're the same size, so at least they have the sense to not waste time and money printing two different sizes of these things. Oh, there it is, right there. Designed for stationery lovers. Dotted grid, B5, B6 Plus, and A6. Hardcover, dotted grid, B5, B6 Plus, A6, and then they've got the Accord. Okay, so they got the different books, but these are the ones that are monocled. So this is the Leuchtturm 1917 plus Monocle's products. I do have the pen. You see the same thing. Yeah, this one has not been abused. It's got the same 80 GSM paper. The format's B6 Plus. The thing that's really nice about this format is it fits in your pocket. Men. Women, sorry. If you have those tiny little pockets, and frankly, if you like to buy clothes that Monocle suggests in its magazines, their pockets might not fit either. But for most jeans that I've tried, you could at least tuck these in the back pocket. If that's something you're doing, you want a notebook to carry around that can go anywhere, it will fit in any jacket, not any jacket, many jacket pockets, not all. Most suit coats, this is B6 size, B6 Plus is just a little too big to fit inside the inside coat pocket. The other one had this too, Monocle. Leuchtturm 1917, it's always there, they've added that. So, you know, this is a full collaboration. I like the gray, it's a light gray, I think it looks good. And then from there, it's the exact same thing, just smaller. Dot grid. Your solid ribbon there is the color of the binding, and then they've got a combination stripe with gray. And it goes to page 181 is where it ends. It's got that dot grid, and you can kind of see some of the ghosting there. You see this has been professionally printed, of course. Grayish, some black almost. It's a pretty light black if that's your definition, but you can see the pictures, and then you see how much you can see through. And I can actually read that 20 ideas for whatever. So I can read part of that through the page. So that's about the level of see-through on these. If these cost more, why did I buy it? It didn't cost quite as much more. I wanted the pen, the Dre Griffle. I wanted that. Speaking of which, that's the pen. That's what it looks like. You'll notice that it's color matched. So these, you can get the pen in the blue, the gray, or yellow, I believe are the three colors for the pen. There's a pen loop that can go and attach it here. That's part of the reason I think that they don't include a clip for the pen, is that you can buy a pen loop. I'm not going to do that. This is $24 regularly off of Monocle's website. Subscribers get it for 10% less, so 2160, I believe is what this was for me. That would be only, I believe this notebook would be something like $19 soft cover, because you can't get this. I misspoke. You can't buy this size. There's like a B6, B5, A5. For whatever reason, Moisture 1917, the only B6 plus size is when you buy the monthly planner with notebook. Basically, if you wanted this notebook from Moisture 1917 in this size, you have to buy it from Monocle, which is a really interesting place to find yourself if you're really set on this size and you want it for the portability, because the problem is with a lot of the 1917 notebooks, either you'll go a smaller size, like the pocket size or something like that, or you go bigger, something closer to this size. This definitely doesn't fit in any pocket of any piece of clothing that I've probably ever owned. This fits in the vast majority, whether it's a back pocket or whether it's a jacket, a side pocket, like your hand pocket. Most of my coats would fit something like this size. If you put this in a purse or a backpack or something, it would easily fit. It looks like the dot grid, whether you got a bigger notebook or not, it's the same size, 5 millimeters per square. If you want a notebook that fits in your pocket, back pocket, carry it around with you, the hardcover will protect it well. This is a good option. If you like the dot grid, I believe you can get it in not dot grid. You can get in the other lined or otherwise, maybe blank. It might only be available in dot grid. If you carry a bag with you or you keep something on your desk, this size is a very good size, I would think. This B5, 178 by 254 millimeter, or the rest of us, 7 by 10 inch. This is a 5 by 8 or something like that, close in size to that. 125 by 190 millimeters is the sizing on that. For portability, definitely this. If this pandemic nonsense continues and we're all stuck in one place and can't go anywhere, no, maybe you don't need a notebook because there won't be any notes to take. They are equal in width, so it really is these dimensions and across that is the difference, which means you'll get that much more writing space in this notebook per page. This is the first time I've received a Moisture 1917 notebook that had that much damage. Usually there's no damage. For me, I'll ignore it. I don't care that much. They did make the insignia bigger on the larger size. And that's about it. This has gone on too long. Goodbye.